Hey, what's up? I'm Naomi.
My name is Aaron.
This is Heard It Now. And today we have Billie Eilish, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?
Just to give a little bit of a history, yeah, we've heard Ocean Eyes, we've heard Bellyache, we've heard a track that's featuring Vince Staples. We've heard the single Bury a Friend, which you can go down in the description and click a link if you want to view that. Let's get right into it and play the first track, exclamation points.
My Invisalign has...
I have taken out my Invisalign.
taken out my Invisalign, and this is the album.
Okay, so the first track, she took out her Invisalign.
So I guess we're getting ready for whatever this is.
Yeah, Invisalign free. Invisalign free.
No list.
Yeah, this is full effort.
Up next, Bad Guy. Funky.
Her single, Bury a Friend, kind of had this bass-heavy approach as well. If this is going to be a theme throughout the rest of her tracks, I'm into it.
White shirt, now red, my bloody nose sleeping. You're on your tippy toes quick.
The way that doubling up her voices to end her lines like that, super creepy, but her single Bury a Friend also really creepy like that too.
Yeah.
I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type.
Might seduce your dad type. That was icky. That was gross. That was gross, Billy. You're too young to be saying you're seduce older men like that. You know better.
Does she?
Oh.
Duh.
Whimsical now, all of a sudden.
I like this song so far.
Sounds like a completely different song.
That was kind of cool.
I don't see what she sees, but maybe it's cause I'm wearing your cologne. I'm a bad guy.
It did have like a totally different like change up, but it worked the way she incorporated like I'm a bad guy whispering it in. It was kind of creepy. I like that.
This song was interesting. It definitely didn't present any like sounds I hadn't exactly heard before. Still interesting nonetheless. You know, something that I can dance to. It definitely had a groove to it.
Up next, Zanny.
I'm in the second-hand smoke, still just
Singing this really light song. The bass is still freaking like car rattling heavy.
Kind of giving me St. Vincent vibes a little bit.
Ooh, good call. Also, the artist that we've listened to, Seb Dazil, I'll write her name at the bottom. St. Vincent is a good call. St. Vincent would also do these beautifully sung vocals that are kind of like very light and kind of remind you of like Disney princess almost. Like very light and fluffy. But the music would be gnarly.
Super heavy
Right.
bass. Bass, bass, bass.
Yeah.
I don't need a Zanny now or ever.
So I'm assuming she's just saying she doesn't do drugs, right?
Yeah.
She's sober? That's dope.
It's good. She's 17. She should be.
Well, she's obviously hanging around friends that are doing drugs, but she's not judging them. She's like, yo, just none for me, you know? I'm good.
Now or ever.
Yeah, now or ever.
Still just drinking canned coke. They just keep doing nothing.
The bass almost seems kind of rude at the end here, right? Like it's interrupting her. She's like trying to do her outro, just sing it. The bass is like, boom, boom! Boom, boom! Fucking rude ass.
Calm down. Hurting.
What a beautiful song. And how does it calm you down so much at the end? Seriously, like I feel so like mellowed the fuck out right now. Like you have no idea. I feel like I'm fucking meditating somewhere.
The way that they layered her vocals at the end reminded me of Abbey Road era Beatles. It sounded really dreamy and psychedelic. I think it's a really beautiful effect. Again, nothing new, but executed really well here.
Beautifully done. Oh, it's really good. Up next, You Should See Me in a Crown.
Wearing a warning sign. Wait till the world is mine.
Someone has to go down in the comments and tell me where that melody's from.
I know.
We've heard this melody for sure, right? I'm not exactly saying she copied it or anything like that.
No, it's similar melody.
Right, just similar.
My kingdom size fell for these ocean eyes.
She referenced Ocean Eyes, which is obviously like one of her first hits.
Obviously, she's talking about her fucking blue eyes. Billy, we know that you have fucking blue eyes. You don't gotta call yourself fucking ocean eyes. You want to see my shit brown eyes? Like, some people tell me that they look honey sometimes.
Oh,
I guess that's me being braggy like you about your ocean eyes.
Watch me make 'em
One thing I enjoy about her music is really active. There's a lot of things going on in the backgrounds, the way they manipulate her voice. Like, they're always doing something. They're always adding ideas in there, you know? And to be honest, they kind of work.
Yeah.
They work most of the time.
I like the way they
They're kind of industrial and electronic, the way they integrate these sounds. And it can happen at any time. Usually happens after a chorus. It's just a way to keep the build up sustained, but spontaneous at the same time.
I like that. That was really good. To me, it sounded like futuristic sounds, whatever the fuck that means. That's where they were taking you, like, with those beats.
I'm starting to pick up a pattern with their music where it's going to be softly sung verses and it goes into this anthemic, really bass-heavy chorus, right? That seems to be like a pattern with like 3 songs in, including her single that we've heard.
Up next, All the Good Girls Go to Hell.
My Lucifer is lonely.
It's different compared to the other tracks that we've heard, but I don't mind it. I actually kind of like it. I don't know, it's kind of funny, like she's singing like My Lucifer's Lonely, like some of the words in it I guess are a little funny.
Lyrically, you know, not exactly my cup of tea. Her vocal performance is good, but the song itself just feels like a generic pop song a little bit. I got a Britney Spears vibe going on. Something I definitely am not into.
Hills burn in California. My turn to ignore ya. Don't say I didn't warn ya.
That's probably my least favorite track so far that I've heard. The one highlight for me was when she would say My Lucifer is Lonely. Just musically, the way they mixed her voice in with the bass and everything was pretty interesting.
It wasn't my favorite. I don't think I disliked it as much as you. Up next, Wish You Were Gay.
I just wanna make you feel okay.
I like the instrumentation on this one. I like her melodies, minimalistic, lets her voice kind of just breathe in the space a little bit, and she has a really nice voice.
I ate alone at 7, you were 6 minutes away.
Lyrically, that was pretty cool. She was doing like some kind of countdown with her words. She started with 10 fingers, 9 times. I ate alone at 7, you're 6 minutes away. Pretty good writing.
You're not your type. Just say that I'm not your preferred sexual orientation.
Obviously, this whole song has a sense of humor to it, but that's actually pretty funny. Like, to spare my pride, to give your lack of interest an explanation. Don't say I'm not your type, just say I'm not your preferred sexual orientation.
But you make me feel helpless, yeah. And I can't stand.
I actually really enjoyed that song. I feel like it slowed down a little bit, the album, but her voice is so beautiful. I just kind of wish you were gay, you know? It was sung so beautifully.
With how seriously took the structure of the song and the melodies, but the lyrical content was kind of jokey. Like, it took itself serious, but it didn't. Entwine with their personality based off what we've seen so far. It was a good track. It's definitely bringing this album to a little bit of a slowdown. Alright guys, next track is When the Party's Over.
I've learned to lose, you can't afford to.
Doesn't it kind of sound like she's singing in a church or something?
Okay.
Like especially with the like the background.
Okay. It's giving you a
like
holy
monks,
vibe.
like monks in the back.
Oh
know?
shit, monks.
Straight up
fuck.
chanting monks.
Okay.
It sounds like they're in some kind of holy place and they're kind of going like in the back.
She sang this in the mountains with doves flying next to her.
Fuck.
And the sun rays were upon her head as the monks chanted. You ready?
Yeah.
Would keep me closer. And I'll call you.
That's kind of creepy. Call me back. Yo, you know who she's talking to, alright? Call her the fuck back.
You'll see my eyes kind of go like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could like say I like it like that, like it like that.
Chorus is really catchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of sleepy though.
Yeah, it is sleepy. The song's sleepy. I actually really enjoyed this song, though.
I like it, but it's sleepy.
Okay. I can imagine doing copious amount of drugs to this and crying.
Let me let you go.
One of my favorites off the album.
I liked it. I just felt like the beginning was a little bit slower. I like the ending more.
I just bought into her vocal performance. I think her voice is actually genuinely really, really good. I think it's kind of versatile. I think she can fit a lot of different types of music, and she's proven it on this album.
Up next, 8.
It definitely has that Jason Mraz type feel because it has that ukulele.
I mean, the moment the song came on, I thought of Jason Mraz, so it's just funny that he said that. I mean, it's the ukulele, obviously.
How you feel? Do you even feel anything?
I actually enjoyed that song. Like she's got her heart broken, maybe.
It was kind of a calmer song. It wasn't probably one of my favorites off the album. Same criticism as her other tracks. Sounds we've already heard before in a lot of ways. Even though they are adding fresh elements, and I will give them credit for that. Because they're keeping the production interesting.
Up next, My Strange Addiction.
Let us know in the comments what your favorite episode of My Strange Addiction is. Just for fun.
Ooh.
What's yours?
My favorite episode of My Strange Addiction. It's probably the one where they're shoving fucking coffee up their ass.
That's a good one. The enema.
Mm-hmm.
The coffee enema.
The coffee enema, like they get fucking high off that shit. And also the bitch that eats the mattress.
That's my favorite, is the one who eats a mattress.
There was also one who ate eyeshadow, and that one just tripped me the fuck out too.
There's a dude who banged his own car.
He had the same car as me, and I remember I used to laugh every time.
To be talking to you, but I don't know. Should've taken a break, not an Oxford call. Might take what I want.
Okay, so we brought it back to like the beginning of the album. It's picking up again a little bit, and I like it. I like the bass, and I like how they're doing it to like the sound of her voice and like the lyrics that she's singing.
No doubt she's trying to go for that pop aesthetic here. Is again reminiscent of maybe Britney Spears back in the day, Christina Aguilera. She has that kind of like swag, dirty, swaggy, rebellious, sexy type of sound.
Just add some friction. You are my strange addiction.
One of the best movies I've ever seen.
Okay, so this is obviously a clip from The Office. Right, Michael Scarn. That's back when Michael Scott was writing a play, and Jim Halper discovered that Michael was writing the play. He decided to bring it out in front of the whole office, and he assigned everybody roles.
Wipe my glass, set myself on fire. Can't you tell I'm cracked?
The song was alright.
I like the song.
Okay.
It's groovy. I like when she does that, like with the thing with the bass, and I feel like her songs get like a funky, groovy aspect to them. I like that.
Yeah, the song was kind of dancey, kind of groovy. It just wasn't exactly my cup of tea. I just kind of find it a little bit bland. Wish there was a little bit more of an edge to it, you know, musically speaking. The next track is Bury Your Friend. We have a reaction to that. You can go down in the description to find the link for that. Next track is Ilo Milo, I want to say.
To worry, but maybe that's a lie.
It's probably my favorite instrumentation already, just in the first couple seconds.
It's like dance techno.
Yeah, I just like the way that the beat is moving. It's kind of gliding, you know, the notes are gliding into each other.
Where did you go? I should know, but it's cold and I don't wanna be lonely, so show me the way home.
That might be one of my favorite courses that I've ever heard her do. It was really catchy, the way that she vocalized it, the way she delivered it, the actual lyrics themselves, everything. It was actually a really catchy chorus. I know that trick. She sang in front of a fan.
I used to do that all the time.
Yeah, you ain't tricking nobody here. I know what you did.
It sounded kind of cool though.
To protect you, but now I'll never get through.
The way that the piano's just softly adding these notes at the end of that bridge as she was delivering those lines was super effective. It just like trailed right underneath her vocals.
Kind of has like a little creepy undertone with like, it sounds like the Michael Myers or like, yeah, the Halloween theme song, like the
Psycho.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, in the bathroom.
Yeah. Pretty Little Liars vibes. The intro song to Pretty Little Liars. There you go. I should probably watch that.
Yo, you heard it here first. I heard it now. Naomi called you out, Pretty Little Liars theme stealer.
Jeez. I never said that, Billy. I called you a bitch for calling out your ocean eyes, but I never said that.
Definitely one of my favorites. The instrumentation was really interesting. Kind of spooky undertones during the choruses, but it was all rather beautiful. And felt really contained, and so far everything feels really well structured and thought out, and there's no different there.
Up next, Listen Before I Go.
It's for sure one of our most drawn out songs. Definitely a heavy ballad. Reminds me of Adele, but even slower.
Okay, there's a Christina Aguilera song that I've heard that sounds very similar to this. Even like with like the background like street noise and like the sirens and like the storm coming, like I've heard of this before. I'm trying to fucking keep myself awake here. Billy.
The pacing's not saving us here. It's not really cutting through my bones emotionally or anything like that.
It's a nice song. Her voice sounds nice. Choir enjoys like songs like these.
It has a lot of range to it. Like someone who would like singing might have fun singing to this.
Exactly.
But
and that's what my niece does.
Right.
So like I just think of her and I think like, oh, this is such a song for like someone like that. Oh, Billy, you said it yourself. You're sorry. So I'm accepting your apology. The song was a little bit too slow for my taste.
No, that song was really slow. A standard ballad. So there really wasn't anything fresh being presented here. You either are going to be buying in lyrically or not. And for me, it didn't really cut through the bone for me. Like I just kind of have her vocal performance, which is okay.
Up next, I Love You.
Let someone see right through.
So this one's slow too, but I actually am enjoying this like a lot more. Maybe it's the words too. Like,
The instrumentation's jumpier too.
yeah, it's just like a little guitar. Let's take it back to like mid 2000s. It's just like the guitar. The lyrics, the way that they're, I guess, a little predictable. You know, you can kind of say what she's gonna say next without having to actually look at them. But they're very beautiful. The way that she's singing them and the way that they rhyme and all of that.
Like the harmonies between I think her, maybe her brother. Sounds like a male voice behind there. So
like he's doing some oohs and ahs in there.
right.
Nothing else to change today. You didn't mean to say I love you.
The way they built up that chorus is really nice.
I like that. It was slow, but I liked it. One of my favorites.
Pretty solid track. Execution was really good. The melodies and the harmonies were really beautiful. Primarily it was dominated with just their voice and the guitar. And it was really beautiful, kind of hollow sounding, like they're in a cabin or something.
The male voice doing the oohs in there, it really gave it a good touch. And last, Goodbye.
She's opened a few of her tracks with these really crazy harmonies, multiplying her own voice. I said it earlier, like in the beginning of the album, reminds me a lot of Abbey Road era Beatles. Because they did this kind of stuff a lot at that point. She referenced her track from earlier in the album.
Yeah, all good girls go to hell.
Right. Yeah. Other than that, you know, the songs...
I don't really get this one.
Yeah, the song's kind of sleepy.
I think that the album could have ended on the I Love You track, and it would have been a okay closer, a perfectly fine closer, but honestly, I didn't see the point for this song.
A disorganized piece of music that was kind of pieced together.
This could have been a good interlude.
Alright guys, this is Final Thoughts where we give our album highlights and give the album a rating. So what are your favorite tracks?
This is in no order. I'm just gonna start from the top. Bad Guy, Zanny, I like Billy saying no to drugs. You Should See Me in a Crown, Wish You Were Gay, When the Party's Over, My Strange Addiction, Elo Milo, if that's how you say that, I'm not sure. I Love You. I feel like that was it. Like, it would have stood out more if it didn't have her slower tracks, personally, for me.
My favorite tracks, no particular order. Bad Guy, Zanny, You Should See Me in a Crown, When the Party's Over, I Love You, Bury a Friend, and Ilo Milo.
Oh, Bury a Friend. Yeah, that one too.
I will say that there was a decent amount of variety. It's just the slower songs were sleepy, and that's my only real criticism. So if you had to give this album an out of 10, what would you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 8.5.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 7.8 out of 10. Alright guys, if you like these music reactions and reviews, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that like button.
Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Heard It Now.
Let us know what you thought of this album, and if you have a recommendation as to what we should react to next, go down in the comment section.
That's gonna be it, everybody. Bye.